corrupt cops armed with cutting-edge weapons, gangs fighting for survival, and the villain from Nightwing's past rising to power. Nightwing is forced to question what it really means to say Blüdhaven. Let's get to it. To start off issue 121, we see some panels of the kid that was caught in the explosion last issue. Now this really confirms that the kid died in the explosion. We then cut to Dick Grayson, dressed in a suit, finally accepting the private tour of Spheric Solutions that Olivia had offered him. Olivia's surprised he took her up on it, since he didn't seem too thrilled when they first met in Melinda's office. Still, she's happy he showed up for the tour. Grayson explains his change of heart, saying that it came after hearing her public speech. He asks if they could speak privately in her office, if she's interested in him investing in her company. This raises Olivia's eyebrows. She reminds him that Spheric Solutions is already a publicly traded company, but Grayson makes it clear he wants more than just stock. He wants a seat on the board. As he says this, he discreetly places a device under her table. Walking towards the window, Grayson sees Titans tower in the distance and brings up what Olivia said about the Titans the other day. Olivia doesn't back down. She still believes they're a potential threat, regardless of whether they're heroes. And since she mentions the Titans not being around Blüdhaven much, I did a bit of research and come to find out, around this time, the Titans have relocated to New York City. I'm not sure what they're up to now since I don't read the current Titans run, but if any of you are reading it, let the rest of us know in the comments. Olivia continues making her case. With street gangs like the Flyboys experimenting with super serums and genetic splicing, innocent people are in more danger than ever, and drastic measures might need to be considered. She tells Grayson he's thrown money at saving the city, but throughout history, peace has only been established through superior power, and she ends their talk with one question: does he have the stomach for it? I know I don't have the stomach for it if it means sacrificing a kid in the process. Back in his apartment, or what used to be his apartment, with all those boxes in front of them, Barbara asks Grayson how the meeting went with Olivia. Grayson responds by pointing out that Olivia actually thinks he wants to join her, but Barbara notices the frustration in his voice when he tries to brush it off with a joke about needing to take a shower with bleach. Concerned, she tells him to come closer and asks if he's okay. Grayson lays it all out. He reveals the name of the kid who died in the explosion: Marcus Moran. Those corrupt Helios officers offed Marcus right in front of Grayson and his younger brother Bryce. After that moment of vulnerability, Grayson pulls himself together and hands Barbara the device he planted under Olivia's desk, which is a clone of Olivia's personal hard drive. Barbara's surprised, since this isn't Grayson's usual style. Normally, he'd go for the middle of the night, break-in, throwing around threats, but Grayson just shrugs it off, and is like, yeah, but I've gotten my ass whooped enough times to know intimidation doesn't work on people like Olivia. Barbara immediately gets to work on the hard drive, noting it's protected with Pentagon-level encryption and security. If Grayson is right about Olivia escalating the gang war, the drive should expose her dirty secrets, and the evidence could take her and the Helios officers out of the picture. While she does that, Grayson suits up, looking to confront the Teddies. Spirit may have given the cops more firepower, but the Teddies put Marcus in the line of fire since they're recruiting children. With the help of the back computer, Nightwing knows exactly where their operations are. Throughout the night, Nightwing is out there whooping all kinds of ass, 21 and up only. He tells the gang members straight up he's not happy with them. One of the Teddies stumbles to his feet and snaps back, saying it's bad enough dealing with rival gangs and Helios officers. Now Nightwing's adding insult to injury by coming after the Teddies too. Nightwing doesn't flinch. He brings up Marcus, reminding them that he should have been in school. Instead, the Teddies recruited him and Bryce into the gang to steal cars. That's when Bryce steps into the room, correcting him. He admits the Teddies didn't actually recruit him or Marcus. Back then, they were getting jacked by the clean cutters until the Teddies showed up and protected them. Their old leader, Mama Bear, even let the boys hang around. She was the kind of person who ran soup kitchens for the community, at least until the building was sold out from under her by the Pennyworth Foundation. For Bryce, the Teddies aren't just a gang, they're family. He yells at Nightwing, accusing him of trying to take that away from him. Nightwing pushes back, saying the Teddies have a reputation for taking lives. And yeah, that's true, but the Teddy with a broken helmet fires back, making their case even stronger. He explains that they defend their neighborhoods when no one else does. Sure, some of the kids go too far sometimes, but what choice do they really have? He asks Nightwing directly, what would he do in their situation? Cut the kids loose knowing they'll get picked off by someone else, or let them join up with someone worse? At least with the Teddies, Mama Bear taught them about community, and that's exactly why I love this story for Nightwing. It's another reminder that not everything is black and white. It's easy to understand why the Teddies operate the way they do. Sure, stealing cars is wrong, no debate there, but for them, it comes back to survival. They look out for each other, the same way you protect your own family and friends from threats. or circumstances that could put you in danger. They do what they feel they have to do, even if that sometimes means ending one's life so that another, more innocent one can live. Before we move on, let me throw this out to you guys and girls. If you were in Nightwing's shoes, how would you solve a situation like this? Do you feel more empathy for the Teddies now that you understand their motivation and reasons? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let me know what you would rate this story so far. Alright, back to it. The Teddy with the broken helmet calls Nightwing out, saying he's just pulling the same might makes right crap as everyone else. The only difference? He's got better firepower, courtesy of Wayne Tech. Thank you, Lucius Fox. Alright, jokes aside, Nightwing stumbles back, because deep down he knows this isn't what he wanted. The whole situation feels wrong to him. But the Teddy shrugs it off, saying, big whoop. You think anyone in this room got what they wanted out of life? Nah, we're all just dealing with the cards we've been dealt with. Nightwing pauses, then asks the Teddy what his name is. The Teddy shoots back with, what's yours? Nightwing just chuckles and replies, alright, touche. Soon enough, the cops and the Helios officers surround the Teddy's hideout. The Teddy tries to explain to Nightwing that they've been framed, and Nightwing says he knows, and they're coming with them to escape the authorities. All of them get on bikes and ride out with Nightwing taking the lead. The Helios officers pursue them, and Nightwing uses a very durable line from one of his escrima sticks to wrap around one of the Helios officers. They ended up crashing into a few cars, knocking them out, and I really hope the people in those cars are good. That was enough force to flip both of the cars over. Nightwing brings the Teddies into a safe house. He tells them to stay there until they can clear their names. Bryce soon notices the rabbit Nightwing took back in issue 119, and Nightwing suggests Bryce should look after him, since the rabbit doesn't seem to like him as much as Bryce. The Teddy with the broken helmet comes up to Nightwing and reveals his name is Keenan, as a way to show how thankful he is to him for getting them to a safe place, and he'll spread the word around. On the last page of the issue, Oracle contacts Grayson and tells him that she found some old files filled with details of Olivia's old life. It turns out her and Grayson go way back, as she used to be a villain in Gotham when he was Robin, and that's how issue 121 ends. Moving on to issue 122, we witness a conversation between Melinda and Commissioner Sawyer. Sawyer tells her the Helios officers have been cleaning house around Blüdhaven, and that's just the midnight report, but Melinda sees something different from where they're at. It looks like the city is burning. Nightwing agrees as he drops in on the conversation. Sawyer quickly reminds him that she answered his call and expects an explanation for his actions, which is helping the Teddies and injuring Helios officers in the previous issue. Nightwing doesn't hesitate. He's like, sure did. Or else, those Helios officers were the all-more teenagers with the Spheric Solutions tech they're packing. His anger boils over as he calls Sawyer out, reminding her that she was supposed to clean up the Blüdhaven police department, not arm them with deadlier weapons. He brings up Marcus, and you can feel the weight in his words. Melinda tries to ease the tension, saying they're all supposed to be on the same side, but Nightwing isn't convinced. He throws another accusation on the table, reminding them that Spheric Solutions is the one behind planting bombs across the city. Sawyer questions whether Nightwing has any proof, which leads him to bring up Olivia and who she really is. We then cut to a flashback from Grayson's Robin days. He and Batman are led to a circus, and as they move through a hall of mirrors, Robin is suddenly ambushed by a girl in the costume. Robin quickly tells Batman he's got her, and Batman warns him to be careful. Robin chases after the girl through the mirrors until she reveals herself, introducing her name as Columbina. Robin playfully says he likes the name, but he's not a fan of the part where she and her group slaughter innocent people. Columbina, seemingly intrigued, studies him. She points out that the circus must feel like home to him, almost like she can relate to him. Suddenly, the trapeze bar Robin is swinging from morphs into a bone slick with blood. Robin narrows his eyes and presses her for answers, asking what a real game is if they're slaughtering the rich and wealthy without even demanding ransom. Columbina answers by saying there's no point to it. The circus exists outside of the point. It's the place where wonders happen, where reality itself can be broken. She explains that the world outside is cold, she was alone, and nothing seemed possible, until the Cirque du Sin took her in and made her Columbina. Hearing this, Robin feels sorry for her and tries to tell her that the Cirque du Sin manipulated her, but Columbina just laughs, calling him silly. She asks if he judges her for being taken in by Dark Protector and dedicating herself to a cause. She even bets her Dark Protector is far more fun than Batman. Then she makes an offer that they'd be willing to take Robin in too. Of course, Robin rejects it, but suddenly a grotesque figure called the Zanny manifests before them, startling Robin and sending him into a panic. Batman rushes to his side, calling out for him to snap out of it. He steadies Grayson, assuring him that he's safe, and lets him know Gordon is there to bring the rest of the Cirque into custody. But when Robin looks around, Columbina is gone. Batman admits he doesn't know where she went. Grayson, piecing it together, realizes she must have dosed him with a hallucinogen and insists they need to find her, but they never did, until now, in the present day. Melinda asks her brother what proof he actually has that Columbina and Olivia are the same person. Nightwing brings up the Helios officers and the origin of the name itself. Helios was the Greek sun god, and the very first circuses were said to be held by the goddess Circe in his honor. But even with this connection, it's still not enough evidence for Sawyer to move forward. Nightwing can't reveal anything more either, as doing so will risk exposing Barbara in the process. Then Sawyer makes a comment that I think comes across like a jab at Nightwing. She mentions how the Titans abandoned Blüdhaven and implies that his reckless behavior might be part of the reason why they're gone. She flat out refuses to disarm her officers. Now with bombs going off and an active gang war tearing through the city, Nightwing turns to Melinda for her thoughts, but she sides with Sawyer. There just isn't enough evidence to go after Olivia. Suddenly, an explosion goes off right in front of them. Nightwing jumps into action, vowing to get more proof as he leaves. When he arrives, the Blüdhaven Police Department is now in flames. He spots someone running across the rooftops and quickly takes him down. It's a flyboy. Nightwing tries to interrogate him, asking if Spheric Solutions put him up to this, but the flyboy refuses to answer. Before Nightwing can press any further, the Helios officers close in, and with no other choice, Nightwing leaves the flyboy in their custody and escapes. On the next page, we see him at Titans Tower, brooding in the dark and questioning if Blüdhaven even wants to be saved. Barbara flips on the lights and calls him out, telling him to stop brooding in the dark like Batman. Frustrated, Nightwing vents to her. He explains that he really thought he could do things differently this time. He gave a comms device to each gang, a way to reach out to them if they ever needed help, but no one called. He's angry about all the bloodshed and how everyone is still playing into Olivia's hands. Barbara reassures him, reminding him that he's trying something new, and new approaches take time to settle. The gangs aren't used to someone in a mask actually trying to help them. And she's right. You can apply that same logic to real life too, whether it's chasing a new skill, starting a job, or pursuing any goal. Nothing worthwhile ever comes easy. You're always going to face setbacks, obstacles, and frustration before you start seeing results. It's never just a cakewalk. Hell, I should know. When I look back at me first going to the gym compared to now, or when I do this YouTube channel with editing videos, every path has its cons. Every path. You just have to push through them. She tells Grayson that maybe he should be the example and show the gangs that not everyone is out for blood. And it's really funny how life works as we take a look into the last page of the issue and we see a member of the Flyboys using Nightwing's comms device ending off issue 122. Now, the story is heating up more and more at a good pace and I like it. I love how the story shows the motivations and the perspectives of the Teddies, making it clear that not everything is just black and white. Nightwing shows more empathy and compassion towards them, and in return, the Teddies begin to trust him and give that same respect back. It adds a real sense of humanity between both sides. I also like that the main enemy ties back to Grayson's past when he was Robin, giving us a flashback that connects to his earlier days. And I'm never opposed to a Batman Robin story, so that was definitely a great bonus. On top of that, Barbara being such a supportive character is a perfect cherry on top, especially when Grayson is trying something new that even Batman himself wouldn't attempt. I love seeing Grayson and Barbara together in a Nightwing story. It really shows how much they've got things under control without needing Batman or the rest of the Bat family to step in. As long as they got each other, the horrors of Blüdhaven don't stand a chance against them. But besides all that, if you were entertained, thought it was educational like what I said or all the above, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment, turn on post notifications, especially if you're a new viewer. If you want to support the channel even more, my links will be down in the description box below, and I'll talk to you guys and girls later. Peace.